were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto those like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show. Don't want to be a quick show. There's so much scriptures could come out of this. But I was watching this particular video with Jason A. I believe he believes that he's an Israelite. But he put this quote, which done seen it before. All right. And somebody had put in the chat, the guy's name is Paul Harvey. Yeah. Says, If I Were the Devil by Paul Harvey. Literally sums up what is happening to America right now. Lord help our nation. All right. And, you know, you got these people out there that don't quite understand. Well, not some of the people. Everybody don't understand what's going on because they're caught into the same delusion that this man was speaking of. All right. And that delusion runs deep. So deep that these people really believe that one period of time in this nation's history that there was good people here. All right. Really think about that. This man stated a whole bunch of stuff that makes sense to misinterpret or to misform people, to have them believe that something that exists does not exist, and the things that non-existent does exist. So he, like the scripture says, turned things upside down. And this is the power of Satan. All right. But Satan is not doing it by himself. He's using a particular people to enforce these theories in these minds and this way of thinking to the masses of the people. Scripture says that gross darkness shall cover the earth. Right. So, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I used it I said it in the last show. I'll get back to this. But Isaiah 60 and 2, it says, For behold, darkness shall cover the earth. All right. Is literally darkness covering the earth? No. You have the sun, the moon, the stars that shines on the earth. All right. During the day, you know, the sun shines and you can see everything. During the night, some nights you have the moonlight. You know, there's certain places in the earth where you have street lights. A lot of places in big cities, you know, some places it is dark, but you still got the sun. I mean, the stars at night that shine. So it's not talking about physically. All right, it's really talking about spiritually. That's why everybody love quoting Psalms the 30, the 23rd chapter, have no idea what it's really talking about. All right, this is the land of darkness, like it says in Micah 2:10. It says the land. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Micah 2 verses 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." Whose rest? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is not your rest. Just speaking of the fact, since this place was created, it was created off of your bloodshed, all right, of your suffering. Okay, and then the next verse it says, "Because it is polluted." And look up the word polluted, which we always do. Tama, to be unclean, become unclean, become impure, to be or become unclean, sexually, religiously, ceremonially. So this place is unclean, all right, in all aspects. So these people are truly blind to their environment. Henceforth, the gross darkness. Okay? There's no light shining. There's no true light. The only thing that shines is the prophets. But only people that can see it is the elect. Okay? So, going back to this real quick, it says, "For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." Let's look up the word gross darkness. It says, arapal, cloud, heavy, a dark cloud. Woo! And that in itself. There's an episode in Twilight Zone. I forgot what the name of it was. Probably, I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. But there was a day that somebody was supposed to get executed in a town. And before and after, before the guy got executed, it was supposed to be daytime and it was dark. And then afterwards, it even got more darker. All right? Which henceforth was in actuality was talking about. It's really talking about America. This place is pure darkness. It's evil. Okay? It's fucking evil. So the people of the world is consumed by the evil that is being displayed. Because what? This is the devil's playground. Matter of fact, let's go on a little bit of history real quick. Matthew's, 4, about 7th verse. All right, Matthew 4:8. It says, "And again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and show him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. And he saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me." So the Lord was tempted by Satan himself. And what was Satan's gift to the Lord? The world, the kingdoms of the world. All right? The kingdoms of the world. And it says, "And then said Yahushua unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him alone shalt thou serve." And why did Satan tempted the Lord that way? Matthew 14:30 says, "Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh and have nothing in me." So the Lord gave the warning, like the people after he left, the rulers of this world has nothing with him. In other words, if the Lord is the light, which the scripture says that, matter of fact, St. John 3:19, it says, "And this is the condemnation, that the light is come into the world." What was that light? That light was Yahushua. Or he was the light. He still is the light. And those of us that is in his spirit represent that light that's in this world. And it says, and men love darkness rather than light. So despite that the light came, people rather darkness than light. Okay, so these people that's in gross darkness, they love that. So they love to be deceived. Going back to that song, Fleetwood Mac song, Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies. These people love to be lied to. All right. It says because their deeds were evil. Why? Because their deeds are evil. It's not hard to lie to somebody who loves to be lied to. It's hard to tell somebody the truth because the truth shows things about people that they want to deny themselves. So it says, for everyone that doeth evil have hated the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. Meaning what? His deeds mean being corrected. It says, but he that doeth the truth, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are want in the Most High. So there's two different type of people in this world. Those that are deceived, those that, and they know they're being deceived, and they want to be deceived, because why? Their deeds are evil. They're evil themselves. Okay, so it's not hard for when this man made that thing.
Why would
If he was a devil, it's not hard because what? Esau helped manifest that thought process. They fed into that. The world fed into it. Because you have to really understand the history of America. If you just go back to the times when the television was out and about. All right? And the styles, women at one period of time was wearing long skirts. Women adorn themselves in somewhat manner. But now women are all out open. So these people love the evil that they're doing because they themselves are evil. So when this particular scripture came out, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Revelations 20:7, it says, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan should be loosed out of his prison. So after 325, and it always go with history, it goes with empires, it goes with people, all right? And when you understand this concept, people actually believe that after the Lord delivers his people, they're going to reign with him with 1,000 years. And after that 1,000 years is over, then Satan's going to come right back into power. No, the scripture clearly tells you that affliction should not rise up again. This is the last of everything. This is Satan's last hurrah. So he was loose for a period of time. And when he was loose is beginning in 1453. The Ottoman Turks took down the Constantinople. All right. And from there was a chain reaction. That's when historically the Renaissance period came about. And what does Renaissance mean? The rebirth. So this devil came back into power, and he went out to do what? And it says, and he shall go out to deceive the nations. So he went out to deceive the world, lie to the world. All right. And what proves that? Everything that was done at that particular time, they try to debunk or try to overthrow. And it started with the pictures. They depicted themselves to be the Most High, the Son of the Most High, the people of the Most High. All right. These are the things that they did. Even to the systems that was already created. Then they say that they were the people originating in Europe. That they came and conquered the land because the people in this side of the world was what? Savages. So they had to bring in Christianity and so forth. All right? And they continued this lie to this very day. It says, which are in the four quarters of the earth. So they deceived the whole world with their concept. So Satan himself didn't come down to deceive the world. He used these people, these Edomites, all right, to do that. And it's evident. It's evident. Matter of fact, Revelations 12, I believe it's 7. No, I'm sorry. No, actually it is 12. I'm sorry, that 9 to the point. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil. Now, people may think when they read this, they're like, well, Satan and his angels and fought against Michael and his angels, and the Lord cast out Satan, and he went to another dimension that was called hell and so forth, that is a deception. That's part of the lies. Because at that time, when that came about, they got that concept from Hades, which was a Greek mythology of the underworld. Okay? That was a mythology. So, when you do bad, you go to hell. When you do good, you go to heaven, right? That's another major lie. That you live once, and since you live once, you go to heaven. And if you do bad your whole life, you go to hell. That's part of the deception. Okay? And devil means Diablo, which means deceiver. Look it up again. Diablos, sorry. Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. Accumulator, false accuser, slander. All right? It's metaphorically applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act in the part of the devil or in the side with him. Which is what? The so-called white man. Because he's ruling. He's ruling in a way that he's seemingly is not ruling. He's deceiving the people. It says, well, it says the same thing. All right? So that old serpent, going back to what? The Garden of Eden. Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Okay? That same spirit. It says, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And the guy said it, the best way the devil can how does it, damn, I forgot that. The best way the devil deceives the people that he does not exist. And what is their stronghold? Once you call them out and they call you a conspiracy theorist, which is a CIA agent for saying that somebody's crazy to deflect also to, that's a buzzword, all right? So if you say that the devil exists in this world, then they call you crazy. Okay? Proving that proves that the devil does exist. Because the actions of the people of the world today are devilish, man. All right? They lie, they cheat, they steal, they do all the things, but they don't exist. So this saying, it runs deep, okay? But we're in a time of exposure. And that's why this particular scripture is in the book of Revelations, because Revelations itself means the unveiling. Okay? So we are in a time of the unveiling. Let me get to the scripture I wanted to get, and I'm already ended off on there. Jeremiah, I I think it's 49, 12. I know it's one in Obadiah. Let me get the one in Obadiah. Well, yeah, the point is at 10. I'll start at 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is the counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dende, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, and the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some glimmering grapes? So when a grape gatherer, somebody gathers grapes so he could sell it, make wine out of it, he will leave some grapes behind. All right, he can't take it all. There actually is a law in Israel that if you have grapes, not to take it all, leave some for the poor. But this is what the law is saying: if a thief by night, they will destroy till they have enough. So, what in this particular verse, the one that's going to come and take from Esau, Edom, is going to take all. And here's the point. He says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. Let's look up the word secret places. It says, Ma'ashatar, secret place, hiding place, secret place, hiding place for protection. All right, perpetuation of crime. So somebody that's hiding from crime. I believe this is in Isaiah, maybe Isaiah the 20th chapter, about the crimson. But there's a particular race of people that's hiding themselves. All right, that's constantly hiding, constantly moving, changing their identity. Why are they doing all that for? Because they're the devil. They gotta hide themselves. They gotta make it a way where they can live freely and do whatever they want to do and deceive the world to believe what's right in front of their face is not real. Okay? And he shall not be able to hide himself. So Esau, according to this scripture, it says, but I have made Esau bare, meaning what? Lord's going to take away everything from him. I have uncovered his secret places. So what he does in the dark is coming out into the light. He should not be able to hide himself. All right? Because why? Why is he hiding himself? Because in order for you to hide, you're doing something that you're not supposed to do. Okay? His seed is spoiled, his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. So the Lord's about to expose Esau, which he have been doing for a long period of time, to the world. Okay? Matter of fact, since I'm saying that, to the point, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9 says, I'll start at 7. For the mystery, let's look up the word mystery. Hiding things, secret. So something that's hidden in secret that wasn't well known to people, all right, it's happening. And what is the well-known people that don't understand? That the devils are out there. They always been there. They've been right in front of your face. That was the mystery. All right, the mystery was being exposed by who? The prophets of the Lord. Okay? And it says, for the mysteries of iniquity, and what's iniquity? Sin. I would say sin on top of sin. All right? And what's sin? Sin is breaking the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So somebody that stands opposite of the Lord, which we read the definition of devil, right? doeth already work. So it's not much of a secret, because the devil is already at work. He's already doing what they do best. All right. Only he who now letteth will let. Who's the he that will now letteth? The Most High. The Most High is allowing this to happen. He's allowing this man to do certain things. All right. Until he be taken out of the way. So there's a time period, like it says in Job 14:5. It says that his months are determined by thee. In other words, the Lord has a set period of time, boom, before the devil is going to get exposed. And exposure, when you expose something, you bring that thing to the light. And when something's in the light, it cannot be hard, and it cannot be hit in the darkness no longer. Everybody can see. So this mystery has been going around the whole world. The world is starting to see it. It's coming clearly. It says, and when the wicked shall be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And who's the mouthpiece of the Most High? The prophets. All right. According to the scriptures, these are the attributes of Esau Edom. All right. This is what Esau Edom would do. The scriptures clearly tell you in 2nd Ezra 6th chapter, around the 7th verse, that Esau is the end of the world. All right. So something that's the end of something, that means that they're in particular power right now. And Jacob's is the one that begin after. So the Lord is exposing, he's revealing him. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And we know what that means. That means those thermonuclear missiles. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan. So Satan, which Satan means adversary, the adversary to the Most High and his laws. There's a particular people that's working the work of Satan on the planet Earth. Okay? They're doing the will of Satan. Satan gave them that power, which that goes into Revelations, that 13th chapter, goes to Job 29 and 24, countless scriptures. It says, with all power. And what does that mean? All power. That means literally all power. Technology. All right? Theories, so forth. Because everybody's amazed at technology. Oh, science this, science that. Well, guess what? That's a form of power. And science means knowledge. It says, in signs, all right, going to that technology, and lying wonders. So let's look up the word wonders, a prodigy, a potency, miracle. Oh, that's it. There we go. Performed by one. So the lying signs and lying miracles, something that's adverse to the Most High's miracles himself. This is what this man is establishing, proving that when it says in 1 John 4th chapter, talking about the anti-Messiah, the anti-Christ, they say it's not just talking about one individual, it's talking about everybody else, but mainly Esau Edom. He's against, which, well, it says anti. Anti is meaning to be against something, which is another word of saying Satan. Even the wordplay is just, wow. It's so. Verse 10, it says, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. That's the ones that might be saved is Israel. Proving what this man said is true. Everything that's happening according to the system that's being built by the people that built it, is to deceive, to throw people off the scent while they do the things right in front of everybody's face. All right. So with that, sorry, real quick through the spirit, and I wanted your brothers to edify. I'm just gonna go back to this particular thing and let it play out.
I were the devil. If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.